What's up, chosen ones, man? I'm back with another video, and the name of this video gonna be titled the name of this video is gonna be titled Chosen Ones. They wish you'd stop confusing them. They wish you stop confusing them, chosen ones. I just woke up not too long ago. But yeah, they wish you would stop confusing them. What do I mean by that? Well, chosen ones. Look, chosen ones. You are healing, right? You're healing in this season. And as you heal, well, some funny thing happens as you do that. And I'm just gonna give y'all some inner perspective to because I feel like a lot of healing and stuff are in between the cracks, in between the crevices of it's not necessarily just some 5 minute video all the time. It's not just some. I've watched my fair share of narcissistic videos, and some are better for you than some are more of a fit for you. You know, we all have different parents, we all have different friends, we all have different people around us. But let's put it like this, it's pretty much all the same mathematics when you look at it like this. As you heal, see, narcissism is all about having you the sleight of hand, right? It's all about having you look over here. Distraction is you know, having your mind away from presence. But when you really master presence, maybe through spirituality, maybe through and you just do shadow work and things of that nature, you kind of you could read between the lines in a spiritual way, meaning what is messing with my spirit right now, what is pulling me from this present moment. That's what narcissism is about. It's all about distracting you, pulling you out of the present moment. But when you come back to homeostasis and you really find balance and you really understand how to hold yourself down, which that would be what an adult would be doing, right? Holding yourself down in the physical form or whatever, emotional form, whatever. Something funny happens. You kind of inadvertently push them back into their karmic phases of their life. Because think about it, anybody out here, and I'm gonna just put this in simple terms because it sounds real confusing. Because when you're explaining narcissism and stuff, I'm pretty sure everybody get a question mark over their head that say, yeah, but why are they doing this though? It's just without that answer, you're not really gonna accept it. And acceptance, I learned, it's not in our mind. We were taught that it's mind over matter, but it's matter over matter. So you could think whatever you want. If you go into jail, you go into jail, right? But it's matter over matter, meaning, hey, if I affect these police and I talk to them the right way, they might let me off the hook because I now matter to them. So it's matter over matter. I had a police officer pull up on me and my friend one day, and they was like, "Yo, what you doing? You in front of somebody's house?" Da da da. And I'm like, "Yeah, we just about to, talk to some. We about to meet up with some girls." And I was extra cool, right? And even me making that statement to a young white police officer, he like, "Oh, okay." Like I seen it in his face, he like, "Okay, cool. It's cool. It's just they called on you. We just got it," and it changed their whole mood. So you do matter, and the things you do affect all people. And even a narcissist um they can't confuse that. Like they can if they get you into that space, like I said, off balance. But when you're in your natural embodiment, you know, they can't uh they can't do nothing about that. Besides trick or treat. They gotta trick you again. But let's keep going. So inadvertently you push people back into their real life when you go back into healing and your health and things like that, you realign with a healthy sense of self. It kind of pulls them into a weird position. They are not happy with your growth. They'll go as far as possible just to reinforce your losing alignment. So a lot of y'all, what I would call a losing alignment, is just having a situation in your life that you would prefer not to have right now. Maybe you don't got a car, maybe you don't got friends, maybe you don't got resources, maybe you don't got this, but you know deep down this is not the end of the road. There's definitely resources out here. There's definitely people, good people out here, as well as bad people. It's black and white, right? So you're like, yo, what's wrong with me? How, and that's why I say the confusion is within. It's not you got to fix within, but peep this though. Let me help you out with that. It's called losing alignment. So that goes back into me saying it's matter over matter, not mind over matter, right? Because you're trying to figure it out in the mind. What am I not doing right? And it's good to use your mind as a tool, right? The tool that you use your mind is to realign. You use your mind to realign yourself back to what can help you. Because help is gonna come to you sometimes, but it in a life is all about you understanding where your blessings come from and your curses come from. And so in a funny way, it would be wrong for your help to just, it's like if you say you get stabbed and you're bleeding out, God forbid. You could call the ambulance and then they'll come. But if you just get stabbed yourself, they don't know they don't know whether to come or not. You have to actually make the call. So it's not mind, but your mind is going to tell yourself, okay, I could die from this. So it do matter what's in your mind. It do matter what knowledge you have, right? So even learning and your access to certain amount of knowledge is still physics, right? It's still physical. Like we see thoughts and we see information as not physical, and that's the problem, right? We see thoughts and stuff as thoughts, and we see it as air. Like we visualize thoughts as not thoughts, like not as like how we visualize the physical body. We visualize thoughts as some mathematical science eerie type fairy stuff, but really it's very physical. That's why magic is made possible, because it's really not magic. It's really physics. It's really physical. And I could trick your mind. I can't really do magic, but I could make you think I'm doing a card trick, right? If you got confused around there, don't let me lose y'all. Stick with me. Um, so people will go as far as possible to reinforce your losing alignment, because a lot of times you're not really a loser. A lot of the times you're just out of alignment with the blessings. It's physical. If you go over here you get water because it's a river over here. It's just that simple. But when you're in something, you're in it and you're not really thinking, and it's just going to prolong if you can't really just see things as common sense. Like, and so you need people who are across the street to talk to you from across the street, to persuade you to walk across the street. Now, for everybody, that walk looks different, and that can be some of the things that make people not walk. But all in all, confidence is what confidence does. And I mean, you might need people to really, you might need to find the right therapist, the right YouTuber to really get you to have that confidence. But just remember, whether you got the confidence or not, you gotta take the walk. And guess what? Life is about self-esteem. It's all about self-esteem. Life is a self dream. It's a self-fulfilled prophecy. So whether you win, lose, or not, whatever happens in your life, you can embrace it, because guess what? It's that's why I say it's not mind over matter, it's matter over matter. It's self-esteem. It's self-esteem. It's it's your life. And when it's your life, you shouldn't even want help or want to blame. But it's okay to put training wheels on at first. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you take anything from this video, but let me keep going. So it's reinforcing. People will try to reinforce your losing alignment. As long as you let them eat off of you being misaligned, they'll keep you misaligned. If they know you have a situation that is loser like, then they will be the ones to enhance the loss versus to help you to change the situation. And that's how they have been doing in the last periods of your life. That's why shadow work's so beautiful, because it's groundwork. It's kind of like keeping you grounded while you're still seeing. It's like some soldier military type stuff, because like you still grounded to the ground. A lot of time when you go listen to therapists or some spiritual teacher, it make you feel like you're floating and you're in balance. But then as soon as you get back in that situation, and then you're like, oh, I'm by myself again, and now you're kind of on the ground and you're still around these coyotes and stuff like that. But shadow work allows you to learn how to dance without the therapist around, how to dance without, take the training wheels off. And like I said, life can be very dangerous. So it helps to have some training wheels around in the game when you're in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what it is that it's physics, like I said. So a lot of the times it's not what you're saying, because you could tell somebody, this is my boundary. Don't step here. Don't do this. And this is what really frustrates a lot of people, because they say something and it still don't go that way. And you're like, bro, we're two adults. How am I saying this? And this grown, stinking adult can't pick up on what I'm communicating. And then it'll put you in a paranoia and a paralyzed state and a parasitic, and it puts you in a lot of anything that got to do with being paranoid. And really what it is that you care, because, and only reason you care or you're starting to get in your feelings is because the shadow work would have allowed you to not get in your feelings in that moment, because you would have been able to see that, hey, people are going to act left and right when I set this boundary. And so when they try to, you feel me, weasel, you just going to watch them weasel without being reactive. And then they're going to recognize that it's a real boundary. And then they're going to leave you alone. So boundaries are something we got to talk about, and more on this channel, because I don't been on both sides. I don't set boundaries and seen people kind of pervade and evade the boundary and kind of talk me into it. And then I don't set some boundaries and looked at them and crossed my arms and closed my mouth and made them submit to my boundary, because it's a silent, the game is silent. It's not uh like verbal. It's not like, it's people know what not to do to who. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they know who to do what to and who not to do what to. And so if you can wrap your head around that science right there, then you should understand that telling a dog not to bite you is not going to make a dog not bite you. Because a dog is just a domesticated wolf. And a wolf's nature is to eat you. So you should just already start to do this math and tie yourself into understanding as an adult. People been crossing boundaries since the beginning of time. And that's why wars are always going to be a part of nature and law, because we try to, cover it up, but it's always wars, because people, and even if we do put civilization, it's going to be deaths and it's going to be things that's back and forth, because it's animalistic nature for us to pervade boundaries. So when you setting boundaries, you can't just tell people what to do. Try to tell a killer what to do. Try to tell a president what to do. Try to tell anybody who is an adult, who recognizes that I am an adult and I have power, what to do. Go ahead. Go try it. But what I'm saying is that when that don't work, don't get mad, because understand what I'm telling you today is that all boundaries are silent and they're not loud. They're not loud. Do I need to do the president need to tell me not to step on their feet? Do the president need to tell me not to do this, not to do that? I already know what's going on. I'm sensible. People are very sensible, and they want you to think that they're not. That's a part of the game that they run on you. I mean, let me make you feel like I don't know no better. And see, they scared of people who got step on people who think like that. Cause when they come across a guy who really study boundaries, really study therapy, and is so self-developed and trying to turn himself into a real man, they scared of you. That's why they try you so quick, like little hyenas around a lion. You're a lion and they're the hyenas. Cause as soon as they come around a real man and they try to do little disrespect, you're gonna step on them. Nah, bro, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna think to themselves, someone told me this before, and I crossed their boundary anyway, because they're a hyena. You know, they like to snip at your feet. And what you gonna do is you gonna let them know, hey, no, we not doing that. You know, if you do that again, I gotta go, man. I'm not gonna hang with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you still nice, calm, cool, collected. That's why you gotta practice boundaries, bro, because you can't get reactive. When you get reactive, you fuel their confidence, and they're like, okay, I know he ain't serious. Just like your daughter testing you. When you a father, your daughter want to test you, they look at you with them eyes like, did he really just get mad at me, or am I in trouble? That's all throughout the United States. People, grown people, young people, dogs, animals, pets, any organism that can move around is gonna try to test. And if you're not a man, it's gonna just continue because that's what this life is. I don't know why, and I mean, we can only care why, but so much without falling into victimhood. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to be the why, meaning I can't care and be the why at the same. I can't care why while I'm acting and being a man at the same time. I can only be a sucker or a victim and ask why. This is what my therapist taught me. He said, why is a victim statement. What am I going to do versus why is this happening is a proactive statement. So one is proactive, one is reactive. And I'm taking the proactive approach because, okay, every time someone does this, I'm asking myself inversely, right? Because you tend to look out, but what am I going to do when this situation occurs? And sometimes in life, bro, you in a bad situation where what you doing feels contradictable and meaning you don't know what to do. And you know what to do, but what you thinking what to do, don't you're not skilled or experienced in doing that. So a lot of time, like I said, you want to set a boundary, but you're not experienced in boundaries or experienced at winning in boundaries. So you're experienced at setting them and people still stepping over them. So now you're in a catch-22 dilemma. And we want to practice boundaries, bro, because boundaries are beautiful. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like they're not beautiful. Your house is beautiful. It's full of boundaries, right? It's walls, kitchen, and it's all got, set up for animals not to come in it. That's all houses was to stop animals from eating people. But, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't tell animals not to do that. We had to kill them. We had to stop them. We had to stop them at all costs. And that's what life is. Life is survival of the fittest, bro. You are over 18. This video is for you because this is real. This is real. Now we're about to end this video, but all I'm gonna say to end this video is, chosen ones, uh, stop looking out for people to help you. Start looking inside for alternatives and things that really gonna help you. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It's like second nature for us to look for help. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then also we ask ourselves, how much can I go without, being dependent? And you'll never know if you don't start to build these neurons. Scientifically speaking, we have neurons. So like I said, it's matter over matter. So if you've been sucking on your mom titty all your life, you're gonna keep kind of you're kind of hooked up to that system in a way. Like your neurons could you could change it by just starting to okay.